I'm watching Napoleon, guys.
She has left to greet you and Neil.
She's not letting me. Where is my wife?
Shit.
Today.
Mute it.
Yes, sir.
The entire world knows of my arrival, but not my wife.
Hold on. The freaking. Oh, all her stuff is out in the rain. That's what you get for cheating. Alright, I put it on mute. Closed captions. Let's see. See if closed captions are on. In English. Got 'em. Alright. Why am I watching Napoleon? Because I'm gonna be honest. My symptoms of schizophrenia are worse than ever. I believe that when I watch Napoleon, there's a message in the movie for me. Because I want to conquer like him. Not like him, but metaphorically like him. I'll give you for instance. Turn the space heater off. I'm at my parents' house, by the way. So this is my book that I'm writing. In order to teach how to get to MMA black, it's called MMA black belt on one side, and then on the other side it's the Master Luki menu. How to get to MMA black belt without damage and injury and stay in good shape and long-term health. The reader will need to understand A, the dangers of current MMA practice, and then you flip the book over, chapter 1, right, on each side. So there's going to be, chapter 1 is going to be two things, dangers of current MMA, and the other side is what's wrong with the modern diet. Chapter 2, basic stretching, warm-up exercises, and sport-specific fitness. And then on the other side, key tenets of the menu, for example, ingredient choices. Chapter 3, basic techniques and practice drills, aka self-defense. And on the other side, base recipes. Chapter 4, combining techniques and build a combo training log. On the other side, simple meal plans and preparation for cleansing. And the final chapter in MMA is the fourth chapter on the martial arts side is power hold grappling, moves list, equivalent to BJJ blue belt. And on the other side, natural healing techniques like castor oil wraps. And then the final chapter on the MMA side is safety sparring regulation. And on the other side is cleansing, how to do cleansing. So I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but basically I'm up to the second half of the book, which starts from chapter 1 of the menu. So we got dangers of modern MMA. Martial arts comes from the ancient battlefield, and thus the techniques are able to disable, injure, and kill. Yo, check this out. In the beginning, there was nothing. Then the balance of creation, destruction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have either AI draw it or pay somebody to draw it. And it's going to be like a universe of emptiness. And then it's going to turn into a galaxy. Right? So you got space, emptiness, outer space. outer space emptiness, okay? And then this is just, initial, okay? You got nothing, right? Boom, look at this. It's like the Milky Way, right? Most of the universe is a void, and the void is growing fast. Well, everything's growing. Okay, so it's going to go from, because it's kind of like a picture, not a picture book, but it's going to have a lot of pictures, especially for the techniques. So then that picture is going to turn into this spiral galaxy, right? And then that is going to turn into this. All right. And in the beginning, there was nothing, that's space. Then the balance of creation, destruction. It's going to turn into the yin yang. And then the yin yang is going to turn into this. The yin yang is going to turn into this turning. So that's just a quick introduction. Within the ring exists a battle of warriors. So the next picture is going to be kind of like zoomed in on the ring. And one of the warriors is going to be standing over the other. And that next picture is going to be, it says, ancient masters practiced and taught martial arts for self-protection as part of a healthy spiritual practice. And then so instead of the warriors, one standing victorious over the other defeated, it's the temple priest standing over the monk who's doing push-ups. And then the monk, then the next picture is standing in between two people who are arguing, about to fight. He's got his hands stretched out to the side to stop them from fighting. And then the next picture, the monk is standing over the two people who are now doing push-ups together. And then the next picture is all three sharing a meal, smiling and laughing. I'm just going to do the first chapter here. The business of fighting is a new development and run by promoters who don't consider long-term effects. And here we have a picture of a Roman emperor watching gladiators. And then we have the old-time boxers wearing horsehair gloves, and one of them is leaving the ring on a stretcher. And then we have a picture of a football player on a stretcher, and then a sidebar with the picture of Dr. Bennett Omalu. Dr. Bennett Omalu is the doctor that Will Smith played in the movie Concussion. Bennett Omalu. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is the doctor that Will Smith played in the movie Concussion. So I'm going to interview him for the book. And the last picture there is Luke Kumo, me, getting grounded and pounded, and then living in the gym, and then creating the League of Champions. This is just my weekend assignment. Actually, it was Friday. To come up with the structure of the book. So the Thursday's assignment was the chapters, and now I had to flesh it out. So we got chapter 1, which is point A, and then sub point 1 and 2 under that, and then B we got four sub points. C we got another 4 sub points. You see the Bull Pegasus chapter 1. There's the warm-up, beginning exercises and training logs, the fitness test, and then the post-stretch. I like this 30-day book writing challenge because, every day I'm working on it, and it's forcing me to do that. So we got the land shark, we got the living phoenix. This is the chapter outline. In the living phoenix, we learn about the digital scoring system. Then we got the flying spider. This is interesting because I had to come up with a list. This is a list of techniques equivalent to a BJJ blue belt. I had to refine the entire curriculum of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu down to the core moves that I think are required to be a BJJ blue belt in MMA. So of all the BJJ blue belt moves, of all the moves that you have to know for BJJ blue belt, these are the ones that I feel are the ones that you're going to use in MMA. So what do we have? We have, besides the elbow escape from the mount, I put that in the second mythical beast, the land shark, because that's the actual test for the land shark. See, it says land shark test is the Shark Tank, 5 minutes starting mounted, partner only trying to hold mount, certificate signed by instructor, or video. You could send in a video to me and I'll certify you. So the first move in my BJJ blue belt list is a different type of mount escape. It's called the Kip escape, and it ends you up in the Ashigarami, which is the beginning of the leg locks. But then I turned it into a wrestle up. So instead of teaching leg locks, I taught the wrestle up. It's from the same position. It's just a different way to finish. Okay, and then we have half butterfly sweep. And there's 2 moves here. There's actually 2 moves in this. So we got 3 moves so far. We got the clamp into the rolling Yoshihiro Sengoku. That's, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the first elbow escape, that's 5. We got a bottom side control escape into a magic carpet ride, so that's 6. Okay, we got passing the guard, which is 1, 2, we'll call that 2. It's either 2 or 4. So I'm losing count, but there's a front headlock. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 moves from a headlock. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 moves from guard. Let's see. The only thing I didn't put here, I gotta put actually side control top to mount. I think I should do that. Remember, this is the rough draft. This is the first draft, so it's not perfect. All right, and then we got the last chapter in the MMA side, forearm werewolf, sparring regulations and equipment. No head contact. We're going to go science of brain injury with Dr. Chris Nowinski. I'm going to interview him for this. No finishing, no breaking of limbs, because we need each other. You know, there's going to be different ways that I'm going to word this, but I just had to get it, had to get it out there. Illegal techniques, referee commands list, what to do in case of ... Book a seminar in person, and apparel. This I'm going to have to delete, because what I decided as I'm writing this is that the middle of the book, so let me just explain something. I'll use this phone case. All right, so we're looking at the book, and you open the book like this, and you got your MMA. Now you do this, and you open it this way, and you got your menu. So it's an upside down and backwards type of thing. In the middle, where the 2 sides of the book connect, is going to be the catalog. So coming from the MMA side is going to be all the equipment, all the training equipment, even timers, a special type of timer that has intervals, gloves, pads, maybe even heavy bags, anything that could be used. And it's gonna be a pretty detailed book. It's as it comes along, I'm seeing how detailed it can actually be. And then the other side, coming from the menu side, is going to be items that I can make and ship, kitchen equipment, special knives. Hey Vince, how's it going? Special knives. I actually just got on Amazon a magnet knife holder. So it's like, you ever see Kill Bill? He's got the magnet, he throws the knife whoosh, up against the thing, and it's like a magnet that goes on your wall, and you attach the knife to it. Just things that somebody may want in their home. Vitamix, Excalibur, all these things that I will use in the recipes. So anyway, that's the personal update, where I'm at with my book. And I'm going to stream tonight just from 10 to 11. Normally it's going to be from 11 to 12. And the idea right now, everything... Yeah, Sonny Chiba did it. That's right, Londos. One of my heroes. I like Sonny Chiba in the Street Fighter movie. And I like Sonny Chiba as Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill. But, what was I saying? The plan as of now is a book tour. A book tour where I go, just like I've been saying I was going to do, which is go from city to city, town to town, school to school, and now instead of doing it as a promoter, I'm going to be doing it to promote the book. So I could technically go into a karate school, even if they don't do MMA. I could go into, like Grandmaster Ricky was telling me today, I could connect with an athletic coach of a different sport. And because I have a training log in the book, I can have a seminar with with a team from a different type of sport. I could go to a health food store. There's much more opportunity on a book tour than a martial arts fight league tour, Sonny Chiba, I know you're just trolling by saying he's better than Bruce Lee. And what I will tell you, and the way that I'll prove this, that Bruce Lee was better, is that there's actually footage of Bruce Lee sparring. Even though it's with one of his students, there is no footage of Sonny Chiba doing anything except kata and movie fighting. What was your base for MMA? When I first started martial arts, Vince, I was having behavior problems in school. I was 15 years old. My mom made me watch the movie because I didn't want to watch it. I thought it was too old. She made me watch the movie Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. And I really liked it, and I wanted to be Bruce Lee. So this is 1995, before the internet, or before I had internet. So somehow I looked up Bruce Lee. I don't know how I figured it out, but I found out that he was a kung fu stylist, which he was originally, although he eventually developed his own method of training. And he doesn't call it a style. Bruce Lee doesn't say he doesn't say that he had a style. What he said was, you create your own style. So Bruce Lee never wanted his teachings to be codified. He said basically you train everything, you keep what works for you. But anyway, I found a Kung Fu school, and that's where I started. Master Perella's Kung Fu Centers. A guy named Mike Perella, who was the top American student under Chan Tai-san. Chan Tai-san was one of the legendary 10 tigers of China. These were guys that in the late 1800s were fighting, the song, everybody was kung fu fighting, those kicks were fast as lightning, in fact it was a little bit frightening, but it was fought with expert timing. Ooh, yeah. So there was 10 of them, and he was one, as far as I know. He had an axe wound in his head, he wasn't a pussy. You look at some of these old, I can actually only think of one, Kung Fu fight, and it looked like two guys trying to slap each other and not get hit at the same time, like one of those. But Chan Tai-san, from what I understand, was a badass. But martial arts is a personal journey, and he had a lot of teachings beyond fighting. But he's no longer with us, and his top student, by the way, or to go back into the story, is Mike Perella, and Mike Perella became my teacher, and two things happened at the same time. One, he transitioned into cardio kickboxing because there was no money in Kung Fu, and so he created the brand ilovekickboxing.com. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's $1 million brand now. Mike Perella's a millionaire. Also, at that same time, I was reaching the pinnacle of my adolescent depression at 18 and 19 years old because I began to drink beer with my friends socially. And so I was 19 years old. I dropped out of college and I dropped out of training, and then I took a year off, and then I was doing various driving jobs, and one of them was driving a taxi. One day I drove past an awning that said Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do Kickboxing, which just so happened to be the gym belonging to Ray Longo, and so I walked in there, and the rest is history. I started with Muay Thai kickboxing to compete in Muay Thai kickboxing, and because it was a Jeet Kune Do school, there was a grappling program which was taught by one of Matt Serra's students, who at the time was only a blue belt. He got his purple belt soon after, and now he's a black belt, Eric Mancini. He no longer teaches at Ray Longo's, but that's how I got into MMA, and as a Muay Thai stylist with a little bit of grappling, I was brought in as a sparring partner for Matt Serra. Loved your striking back in the day, Lethal. Oh, you liked when I hurt people, do you, Vince? Maybe that's why my life is in shambles. Bad karma. Rick, origin stories. Yeah. Let's go. So, just to bring it back around to the no, you love technique. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully I'll be able to continue to demonstrate some good technique. I'm working on a video right now. If you follow me on social media, you'll see it, but I'll give you a sneak preview. There's an event over the weekend called KSW. I think it's Poland. Is Lombo good at stick and knife fighting? Yes. He does that, the traditional Filipino arts as part of his Jeet Kune Do program. I don't know how much he actually does, but I've seen him do it a lot back in the day. You know, I don't know how much he does now. That's what I should say. There was an event in, I think it's Poland, called KSW, and I saw a knockout, and the guy's footwork was so bad, and it put him in a position to get knocked out. So, one of the chapters in my upcoming book, is about footwork, and it's so important because you look at all the traditional martial arts, they did so much stance training. And Kung Fu, I can only really speak for Kung Fu, I guess. We had stance progression, so you went from one stance to another, you sat really low and, you know, burned your legs, yada, yada, yada. And using Bruce Lee's philosophy, I've kind of developed my own way of training footwork. And I really boiled it down to only like 2 steps. One is the slide, one's the pivot. And I'll just show you the video, but basically you're gonna see this guy drag his back foot up. He doesn't even step forward properly. He steps forward with his back leg first. And that's kind of like the triangle step. Or just the walking step, because people are just so used to walking. You know, one foot from the back comes to the front, the other foot that's now in the back steps forward into the front, and that's not how you step forward in your fighting stance. When you're in your fighting stance, you got to step forward with your front leg first and bring your back leg up. But watch this, when the guy throws his punch, he slides, he's so off balance, he slides his back leg up first, and by the time he recovers, he gets countered.
He's rocked back the head of Fabinski. Did Fabinski go down? It's all over. It's finished. It's a KO.
Okay? You see after he throws the first punch, his back leg comes up, and then his front leg follows. And the reason, this is going to be in my social media, and the reason is, look at this guy hit the pads. 0 footwork. 0. He punches, he stands there, he punches again, he stands there again. Now contrast that with me. I throw my combo, and I move. Every time. Ready? That's my combo. Pivot. Cross hook, slide. Hook cross, pivot. Cross hook cross, slide. Hook cross, pivot. Cross hook cross, slide. Jab, jab. Side kick. Boom. Switch as you step. I don't like that one, bro. Honestly, I don't like doing this. I don't like stepping. Like what you're saying. And I'll tell you the reason why. And it's really splitting hairs. And, you know, you see a lot of people do what you're talking about and they get away with it. But in my opinion, being a perfectionist, whenever your back leg steps forward to pass your front leg, or if your front leg steps backward to pass your back leg, you're doing something called the triangle step, which is what I think you're talking about. Unless you're talking about a switch step, we actually switch both feet at the same time. That I do. I do a switch stance. I teach that, yes. But it's very quick. It's just switch. It's not stepping forward like what Dwayne Ludwig and TJ Dillashaw do. You're saying switch kick, like the Thais do that, right? So like Bukau does a switch kick. He kicks with his front leg, but he does a quick switch, and then now that leg is coming from the rear, and it's way more powerful. That I do teach, yeah. You prefer doing it backwards? Yeah, I guess you're a little safer doing it backwards. Anyway, Miyamoto Musashi is the greatest warrior in Japanese history, and he said the only thing that matters is efficacy. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what your theory is, what the math is behind it. The only thing that matters is if it works. If you do something that somebody says is wrong, but it works, doesn't even matter what they say. So don't listen to me. This is just, I'm putting my thoughts down on paper, basically. Lundos, triangle for knife. You yelled at me for doing it. Well, I'm not teaching knife for you. I'm teaching you kickboxing. I'm teaching you kickboxing for MMA. I'm not teaching you triangle step, traditional, Filipino or Japanese or Chinese. I'm teaching you MMA kickboxing, or I was teaching you MMA kickboxing. Don't go to McDonald's for hot dogs. Don't go to the pizzeria for burgers. You come to me, I'm going to teach you what I teach. Alright? Anyway, long story short, Vince, I think this is the first time I've seen you on here, but correct me if I'm wrong. I got mild brain injury from the repetitive subconcussive impact. It's almost like that thing that people get from typing, carpal tunnel syndrome, which is a buildup of this material. It's called calcium phosphate. And it's in the brain and in the eyes, it's cloudiness. It's like a cataract. Mine's not that bad, it's mild. But I went to go see a specialist in California who does natural healing. He's my teacher, Dr. Jubb. Did I fuck my eyebrows up? Oh, it's hard to tell because my nose is broken. My nose should be over here. But it's over here, you see? I thought my eyebrows were crooked. I did them yesterday. And then I got certified. I got certified under Dr. Jubb. It's called Life Food Certified. And I have a medicine name. It's called Red Owl. And so part of my brand is the Red Owl News. It's every night except Saturday. Weeknights 11 p.m. to 12 midnight. Because I don't get home from the gym until about 10. Then I gotta quickly shower. Why does my face look weird over here? Am I turning into Two-Face? I got like a bad side? Is that the lighting? I'm Two-Face. This is my bad side. This is actually my good side for my nose. My nose looks stumpy on this side. You see? And then it looks kind of normal on this side. Two-Face. Oh my god, I'm scaring myself. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these news articles. And we only got like 20 minutes, 30 minutes left. Cause I gotta write this chapter here. I'm up to the second half of the book for the menu part. I'm gonna get an email in the morning with my next assignment, so I'm gonna be behind. I'm already behind on my schoolwork. I'm also in school for psychotherapy, and that assignment's due by midnight tonight. I'm not even gonna start it till tomorrow. I'm not going to the gym tomorrow, so I'll get it done. But I don't want to be too far behind. I'll get discouraged. Vince says, first time I'm watching live, but have been a fan since Tough, and then saw you on a doc for CTE. Really? Yo, send me the link to that. Where did you see that? Where'd you see me on a documentary for CTE? I'd like to see that, if you don't mind. Either type it in the chat or send me a message. If you want, you can go to masterluki.com. The link should be in my profile, and you can find all my social media. It's even got my cell phone number there. If you want, you can text me. But I'm interested to see what you're talking about. Documentary for CTE. I don't know that I have CTE yet. I have mild TBI. That was talking about after career difficulties and was talking about CTEs. Okay. Yeah, I guess I got labeled as a psycho now. What can you do, man? Run with it. Any publicity is good publicity, you know. You gotta play the hand you're dealt in this world. If they want to think I'm crazy, let them think that. As a matter of fact, I'll play it up. You're French Canadian, so your English isn't so good. Oh, we up in Montreal? That's cool though. I'm watching a movie about a Frenchman named Napoleon right now. Well, I'm not really watching it, it's just on. Wasn't picturing me as a bad guy? Okay. I mean, I haven't really helped myself that much on that end. Coming out and trying to look crazy sometimes. But, you know, can't go back in time. As much as I wish I could. Mostly about how you guys were underpaid. Oh, okay. Was this like a YouTube documentary? I made $155,000 in 6 UFC fights. A YouTube doc? Okay. So it's kind of like a podcast, I guess, huh? Did it say anything about my league? My failure of a league? I guess I shouldn't call it a failure yet because I haven't quit. Going down swinging, Vince. Going down swinging. I went to an event today for RFK Jr. Just discovered your channel watching highlights. Okay, cool. Well, welcome. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, how much did you have to pay Longo for fights? You know what? You're gonna hate me. Oh my god, I never paid Longo. I kept all my money. And he hated me for that. I know he did. Now I gave him some money. We never had an agreement, that's the thing. He wasn't my manager, I was self-managed. I gave him a couple of grand after some of my fights, but my last fight I didn't pay him because I was dead broke at that point. I ended up with I think 20 grand. I ended up with 20 grand, and I put that on a mortgage down payment. Yeah, and then I wouldn't say we had a falling out. It was more like an Irish goodbye when, you know, I just wish I did so many things differently in my life, and that's one of them. Just leaving and not saying goodbye. But the relationship was definitely strained because he wanted me to continue fighting, and I just couldn't. You know, he wanted me to keep fighting and take over for him. He wanted me to be his next in line. So I guess everything happens for a reason, you know? Hey, Christy Burke, Christy Burke, welcome. What was stopping you? Head traumas or other injuries? From fighting? I tell you, man, I think it was just me realizing that I was going to just continue to be damaged. I had 2 kids at that point, and I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't get up for the training. Rupinder Brar, are you going to do the best friend of the year? What's that? What's the best friend of the year? Is that an award that I give out? I gotta give that to Rick Salazar, bro. Rick, you in the chat? Rick is the most dedicated of my viewers. Like the best entire friend in the world to somebody. I mean, I would like to. I really would like to do that, you know? I always used to tell my sons, you're my best friend in the whole world. But then I somehow realized 15 years later that I abandoned them. Because I divorced their mom. Okay, Vince. Hopefully see you again. Too kind. Haha, you're the man, Rick. I look kind, you think? Okay. Damn. I never got that before. I mean, I had girls call me handsome, but never kind. Quite the opposite, actually. Oh my god. Rupinder. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Do you want to build a snowman? What I want to do, this is going to sound crazy. I want to build a mixed martial arts event in all the major population centers of the world. And I want to do it in 8 or 9 places. My Amazing World and Jacob Rogan, Rogan. So basically, it's an arena. There's eight arenas, one in each major place. So New York, Dubai, Russia, Asia, India. And when I say Asia, I'm thinking Japan, China, Korea. Is that 8 already? Damn, I'm gonna need more. And when I die, I'm gonna have one of my body parts buried at each arena under a tree. It's gonna be a fruit tree, so people can eat the berries that come off the tree. And then there's gonna be a statue in front of the tree with a plaque, saying what I just told you. I don't want to have to keep going over the same thing. You got guys like Rick and Londos, they hear this every night. Let me get into the news. Rupinder, if you go to masterluki.com and you click on the contact page, you got my cell phone number there, okay? You can call or text me anytime. But for now, I'm going to go into the news. What do I like to do? I like to what do I like to do? I like to talk to people. I do. I'm in school for therapy. So I'm trying to help people. Let me see here. Alright, let's go here. I think we're gonna have to go backwards because I don't know how far we got. Spartan Plains, Florida. Hey. I might end up in Florida, to be honest. My son wants to go to the Delta Training Academy. Are you anywhere near Delta down there? What's up, guy? Rats and mice swarm trenches in Ukraine. Do you like those type engines? I'm gonna have to I'm gonna screenshot this and I'll ask my son. He flies the Cessna for school. The front lines of Russia's war in Ukraine. Whose side are you on in Ukraine war, guys? I don't want to say, but I don't believe the mainstream media. You fly Cessnas too? Awesome, bro. I don't know what a Piper is. I'll have to look it up. He's flown like not even 5 times though. He just started. He's a sophomore. Pipers, planes. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. You're bored, bro? I'm sorry to hear that. My stream is pretty boring. No offense to anyone. I usually have it on my OBS, but I'm at my parents' house tonight, so sorry about that. We're gonna get at least one story done though. We got 12 minutes left before midnight. Before 11. The front lines of Russia's war in Ukraine have become infested with rats and mice, reportedly spreading disease that causes soldiers to vomit and bleed from their eyes. Oh, God. Blech. Crippling combat capability and recreating the gruesome conditions that plagued troops in the trench warfare of World War I. I don't believe that. I think that sounds like chemical warfare. Vomit and bleeding from the eyes. That's something they ate. That's some type of chemical they're spraying. Maybe radiation. A Ukrainian servicewoman who goes by the call sign Kira, oh yeah, recalled how her battalion was beset last fall by a mouse epidemic while fighting in as the southern Zaporizhia region. The Florida in my username was meant to be for life, but I guess I'll change it to ATL soon. Okay. I see. Spotting planes for life. Cool. Is ATL where Delta is? I got family down there. If my son goes to the Delta school, I'm going to move. Because I've been missing him so long since me and his mom split. If he moves away, I'll literally die of depression. So I'll move down there. Yeah, ATL is the biggest hub for Delta. He's doing some type of school. It's like a instead of going to college, it's like a Delta college. So I think that's what I heard. It was ATL. Biggest reason why I want to work for Delta is why? Because of Atlanta. Do I have a dog? No, I don't have a dog, Rupinder. I can't take care of a dog. I have other responsibilities that I am neglecting, you know? I don't dislike dogs, but I wouldn't get a dog until I get a farm. And they wouldn't come into the house. Cat, I grew up with cats. I don't have any now. Then my mom had a cat or 2. She actually had 2 cats at one point. But nah, I'm not really a fan of indoor pets. Especially indoor-outdoor pets. They go out, they come in, they don't wipe their feet, they shed. You know, they poop, they got parasites. No offense, but I think animals should be outside in a barn or in their own house. You live next to Atlanta, so planning my flights early won't be a problem. Okay, what's that like, living next to an airport? You know? You want to work for Delta though, huh? So what's their timeline for that? Do you have to earn your wings or something? It's really cool. Oh man, you love planes, huh? Guy says loud. Meow. Ah. Let's just, I don't know. You guys into this story about mice? I'm not. And I don't believe it either. I think it's a cover up. I think the whole story over there, the Ukraine story, is a cover up. Let's move on. Okay, let's see. Here we go. More disease. Imagine. Currently you're a student. Oh, okay. Emily in Paris star Ashley Park on the mend after experiencing critical septic shock. I think septic shock is when you don't take a shit and you fucking start rotting from the inside out. Hold on, let me see something. I'm gonna look this up. Haven't heard about the Ukrainian war in a while, yeah. It was a story from like a year ago. I don't know. Ashley Park. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna get flamed for this. I am gonna get flamed for this. Let me just first clarify that I am not racist at all. I love everyone. I love all types of women. I love all people. Like I would not throw a girl out of bed because she's Asian, she's black, she's a redhead, she's brunette, blonde, whatever. I dated them all. And actually, I never dated an Asian girl. I was talking to one, and I wanted to. It just never panned out. I'm not really like a player, but you know, I have experience. Anyway, what I will say is this. Asian food can be very unhealthy, especially Americanized Asian food. When you mix rice with protein, you're creating a toxic feces. Orange food, Chinese food. Listen, you can. Okay, Steamboat. I think Steamboat's Asian and maybe Thus is Asian too. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, Americanized Asian food. Let me just say that Americanized Asian food is pretty bad. Okay, and Ashley Park. Let's make sure I'm not talking out of my ass here. Let me just finish the story. Oh yeah. She's focusing on being grateful after experiencing a serious medical scare over the holidays. While on holiday in December into New Year's, okay, so what do you do on holiday? On vacation, you eat. You gotta go. Alright, bet. Nice talking to you. Nice talking to you, sir. Or madam. Hope to talk to you again. You know, maybe I'll see you in Atlanta. So she's eating junk on holiday. What started as tonsillitis spiraled into critical septic shock, which infected and affected several of my organs, she wrote on her verified Instagram. All right, so your tonsils in here correlate to your intestines down here. The left side is the colon. The right side is where the colon meets the small intestine, or the small intestine meets the colon. These are the two major areas where people have inflammation and rot, because it has to do with a chain of events that starts with the food, but also affects the liver and therefore the transit time of food. Do I have schizophrenia? I was diagnosed with schizophreniform, but I would say, you know, I have behavior that people would think is schizophrenia. I think it is sometimes, you know. I think like I get messages from God, from the Illuminati. So, can you tell? Is that what it is? Something with my eyes, right? I think I have shifty eyes or something. Oh well, nobody's perfect, right? Now the thing is, the problem with tonsillitis is, how do they affect, how do they treat tonsillitis? Usually with antibiotics. And what antibiotics does is it kills all bacteria, including the healthy bacteria. You're supposed to have a balance of healthy bacteria. And if you take antibiotics, it will wipe out the bad bacteria, but it wipes out the good bacteria. And then you still got this toxic fecal matter inside because the antibiotics didn't address that. So that's breaking down into the bad bacteria. So you get more bad bacteria. So the ratio went from okay, hold on, let me plug in the battery, the spare battery. So the ratio went from, you know, too much bad bacteria, not enough good bacteria to get the tonsillitis. Then now you got even more right? So it's like good bacteria, bad bacteria, tonsillitis, antibiotics, post-antibiotics. You see? So now it's even worse. That's where she got septic shock. She thanked her co-star Paul Foreman, who's seen in some of the photos and video she shared from during what appears to be her time in the hospital, for being unconditionally by her side during her health crisis. Oh, and partner. I was gonna say, that's you gotta go, guy? Alright, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again. Thus, stay safe, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Mr. Slime Boss, hello to you. I'm not going to be on too much longer, guys. I do have work to do, and I usually only try to stream for an hour a night, you know, just to get some footage and carry on with my life. Do the gritty. Shit. Do I know the gritty? That's this. I think I know that one. Hold on a second. Let me finish this story. Maybe I'll do it. Okay. Anyway. Let me do one more story. One more quick one. What do we got here? Chrissy Teigen. Oh boy. I'm not a huge fan of Chrissy Teigen. Her son, along with John Legend, his name is Miles, won't eat his vegetables. Chrissy Teigen's known for making delicious dishes, but at least one of her children has a very particular palate. During an episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live that aired Thursday, She appeared with her co-star David Chang. Kimmel asked Tegan if her children are good eaters. The daughter was in the audience with her father and Tegan's husband, John Legend. Tegan said her oldest of 4 children enjoyed food. Luna's the best eater. Luna's amazing. She eats salads, vegetables. But Miles has still not had a vegetable. He's almost 6 years old. He accidentally ate a broccoli floret in a fried rice and was so upset about it. Kimmel said he found solace in that, given that he and his wife have a picky eater in their 9-year-old daughter. Tegan has built a bit of a food empire for herself, which included cookbooks and cookware. Ooh, I like when these stories kind of relate to what I'm going through, because I want to build a food empire also, including cookbooks and cookware. One thing is a chef knife that I can put my finger in a hole here. Instead of holding the knife like this, I want to put my finger in a hole and have the hole in the middle of the handle, so that the hole is here and then the handle comes down into here. And so it's like I'm pointing with my finger and chopping. And the circle, the hole where my finger goes through is the circle of my logo, which is a circle. But I'll just say one thing about this story, I guess. When kids are very young, like infants, it's very important to breastfeed. And what that does is it seeds the intestinal tract. Seeding the intestinal tract is implanting the healthy bacteria that is literally the brain of the gut. Look up the brain of the gut. What's up, Spencer? Look up the brain of the gut, and it really is the primary brain, and it controls the brain upstairs. This is my theory. The brain down here controls the brain up here, and then this brain controls the rest of the body, including the mouth, the taste buds. So it's possible, I'm not saying this is what happened, hey frogs, it's possible that Chrissy Teigen's son was not breastfed, and he was at a very early age given formula, which created an environment of bacteria in his intestine, which is not symbiotic with vegetables. It's something that is seen in autism, where Kara Brown, can I Venmo you $100? I mean, you could Venmo me whatever you want. Why would you do that? You want something, or you just want to give me money? Go to masterluki.com. If you're not trolling, go to masterluki.com. Click on where it says contact, and it's got my Venmo there. It says @MasterLuki. I was watching a stream today. This streamer called Jinxie, he plays video games, and he was opening fan mail, and people were sending him gifts and stuff. And I'm like, I'm definitely gonna stream tonight, because if I can build up a fan base like that, it would be so satisfying to have a job or to have a stream that is a source of income. I mean, the guy plays video games. Why can't I have a stream that's profitable, I'm not begging for money. You brought it up, so I'm sharing with you, okay? I'm just sharing. Maybe oversharing. Anyway, I'm a health coach, a little different than a video gamer. I'm not good at Fortnite, although that's my favorite game. I try to play it once a week on Friday. This week I missed, but hopefully I'll be back. Other than that, you're gonna see me stream not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be on, but I won't be at the gym. I'll be at the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe I'll be able to do a home workout tomorrow, but maybe not. We'll see. I'm in kind of a transitional period in my life, guys. I went from being an Ultimate Fighter to being homeless. Now I'm technically still homeless. I live with my dad, but I have a roof over my head. I have a small amount of income coming in, and I'm doing what I can to make a comeback on my own terms, which is writing a book, going on tour, and streaming the whole thing. So maybe we'll be a grassroots movement. Maybe we'll be able to do a grassroots movement of mixed martial arts safety and health food. All right, you want to see me do the gritty, and then I'll sign off for the night. Hold on, let me just look it up real quick and make sure I know what I'm doing here, so I don't look like a dumbass. I think I know. I've done it with my sons before, but they always criticize me like, "Oh, that's not the gritty." How to do the gritty? Gritty freeze. Go with yo-yo.
Heel, and then heel. But you're gonna kind of bounce with it.
Okay,
And then you can
I
start
can
to
do
move
that.
around as you do it. Like heel, 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 heel. You can move
Oh,
all
I
around
could definitely do that.
circle. You go. Hey, what's up, friends? My name is Yo-Yo, and today I'm gonna teach you how to do the gritty dance.
Yeah, yo-yo. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, friends, you ready to do the gritty with me? Cool.
Know
So
it.
First, wherever you are, just gonna bend your knees. Make sure you stay down low the whole
Slim.
time.
Is that a
Do
wig?
the gritty dance. Cool. So knees are bent. Next thing you're gonna do is let's practice putting your heel in front, then bring it back, and then your other heel in front. All this is just a heel tap. Heel, and then heel. But you're gonna kind of bounce with it, and then you can start to move around as you do it. Like heel, 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 heel. You can move all.
Okay, hold on. Let me get that part right. Tell me if I'm doing this. Tell me if I'm doing this right. Oh my god. Tap, tap, tap. Can you see my feet? Turn the light on. My parents are home. This is embarrassing. So it's tap, 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 tap. How's that? Could you see that? Yeah! Thanks, Bob. I do squats.
All right, go circle. You go forward, you go back. That's it. You can do the gritty however you want to do it. Cool. Okay, so you're
no,
gonna
I
bend
know
your
there's
knees.
hands.
You're getting low. You're doing the heel tap, and it's quick. Tap, tap. Then the next
Hey,
thing
Jacqueline.
is you just have to swing your arms just like this. Swing them, swing them. All the
Okay.
way back.
Swing 'em, swing 'em. I can do that. All right, hold on. We're getting there, frogs. Relax. Getting there, right? The back, yeah. What do you think so far, frogs? Is that an improvement? We're getting there.
Yeah. And then the last step is put your fingers together. Your pointer finger and your thumb. Throw them some ease. Yeah. Do it again. Practice that. Throw them up. All right, so let's put it all together.
Yeah, Biggie
Get down
Cheese.
low. Tap,
More
tap.
in the gritty.
Swing your arms. Bring your hands up to your eyes.
All right. If I get this, I'll put on a little music and then I'm gonna end the stream for now, for tonight. How's that? Did I get it? Better? And what kind of music do you dance this to? That's more like the McGriddle. Oh my god. Hey. What's wrong with that? McGriddle's bomb.
My coffee's right there.
What's a good song for the gritty? Wow, perfect. Let's go. The Fook, what are you watching, bro? Yo, thank you, frogs. Oh, there's actually something called the gritty music. Am I gonna get a copyright strike for this though? Oh, it's Young Boy Never Broke Again? Oh no, I definitely can't put that song on. Hold on a second. Right Foot Creep. What if I put it with no lyrics? No what? What do you mean, Biggie Cheese? Don't put the song on? Skippity Toilet or El Minecraft Creeper? What do you mean? Fortnite, get gritty, emote music, get gritty lyrics. This is gonna be it for the night, guys. I'm gonna gritty official music. Hold on, gritty music. Let me see if I can do copyright free. I don't want to lose the hours that we got today. Fortnite, get gritty for age restricted official audio.
Wow, okay, that's true, huh?
No copyright music in Dreamland background music. Free background music. Top 10 greatest. Alright, let's see. What song is good? This one?
This is the lady's name. Ann Plunkett.
I'll be done in a minute.
That's her name, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be done in a minute. You can come in. That's not good.
She's so cute.
Let's try this one.
And I mean, we haven't seen her in so long.
She's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Knows that she wears short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all around say her body is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it
Here it is.
with a hands-on education, so I need a private session. If you get what I am saying,
I did it.
they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it
I did it, guys.
got me so
Did it for you. Thanks for being here. You want to come back? I'll be here tomorrow about the same time, 11 p.m. I won't be here. I'll be at my place. McGriddle. Over and out. Go to masterluki.com if you want to connect with me. Oh shit. Where'd my hairline go? Damn, bro. If I do this, you can't see. Oh God. Thanks a lot. Over and out.